Good morning. My name is Tammy, and I'd like to welcome you to Sophie's Unique Boutique. This is my floss tube about mainly cross stitch, but every once in a while I'll throw in a different thing that I get my hands onto. Today I'd like to, if you are new here, thank you so much for liking, subscribing, so on and so forth. And if you are a regular, thank you so much. I love you all. You're awesome. Okay, so let's get started, shall we? Because I have a lot to show today. Okay, first of all, I have finishes. Yay! Okay, this was a SAF that I turned into an artist trading card. This is my little coffee gnome. And I didn't have to outline the cup, but I did because I thought it would make it look better and you could see it, because his beard and the cup color were, you know, too close in color. So this is the coffee gnome that I spun for. I started it on July 22nd, 2025. I finished it on July 22nd, 2025. It's on a 14 count chamomile from Under the Sea Fabrics, and I used the called for DMC. It was stitched by me. Thank you. It's the first time I've ever done something like this. Usually I just have one piece of whatever, cardstock or whatever, and just put it on there with stickers or something. But this one I actually had, I put a piece of comic book paper or comic boards, and I cut it the same size as the paper, and then I glued it on, and then put my little cute little dude on there. I really like this. I think I might do more of these. And then just a little bit ago, approximately 15 minutes maybe, I finished some of the refreshes. This took 343 stitches to finish, and I used the called for colors. It's on an 18 count plain white. I started it last, I think it was like July 19th, and I finished it today. So July 19th, 2024, because this was part of my stitching the Summer Olympics. You had to stitch something in summer, so I use this for a lot of challenges. And my challenge, my theme weekend this weekend, is finish it, and this was on the list, so we can put that on my board. So this was the list that I had, so we are going to check off summer refreshes on this board, and then I have my other board here, which is regular finishes, 20 and 25 finishes, and smalls. And I already put the coffee gnome up here. So now we're going to put, oop, I dropped my notes. So now we have summer refreshes, and hopefully I'll be adding more next week after this weekend. Sorry, dropped my notes. So, summer refreshes, and now I did do an extra on Wednesday to discuss this weekend, and picked out what I was gonna do. Well, I kind of picked out 5. We'll see. The ones that I picked out were Bendy Stitchy, Alice's Mad Plant, Harry Potter Sampler by Shishudo Designs, Summer Refreshes from Summer House Stitchworks, Autumn Provides from Summer House Stitchworks, the Snort Stack from Plum Street Samplers, and the Halloween Squirrel from the Blue Flower. We'll see what I can get done. Okay. So, this is FlossTube number 100. We're at 100. Woohoo! And today is July 25th, 2025. So, let's get started, shall we? I'm just going to grab whatever and take from there. Now, one of my goals was the Halloween Scroll. I was supposed to get 500 stitches. I did not get 500 stitches. This is the Blue Flowers Halloween Squirrel, signed by Janine McGowan. And I love these little squirrels. I really do. Here we go. I started this on March 21st, 2024. This is a fight to the finish. I'm stitching it on an 18 count sand, and I'm using the DMC conversion because there were 2 DMCs, one Classic Colorworks, and the rest were Weeks Dye Works, and I wasn't going to go there, so I just used her DMC conversion. It's not going to be the same, but it is what it is. Now, the goal is to finish it, and so far I have done, if I mathed correctly, 2,750 stitches. And I did 213 yesterday. I frogged out the mistake I made here, and I put it back in, and I started doing the big vampire squirrel. So I am going to work on this some more this weekend. Let's see how close I can get it to a finish, and then we'll take it from there. Maybe I'll just keep on working on it after this weekend until it is finished, so I get another finish. So there's that one. Now, I did work on my Harry Potter, and that is definitely going to get finished this weekend. Thank you. Oh, didn't even work, so deal with it. Now, when I finish this one, Noel is going to get, either Noel or Coffee Abstract are going to get thrown in its place. So it'll get worked on maybe once or twice a week. Not quite sure yet what I'm going to do. I'm thinking about doing something like Laura from Stitching by the Shore does. She has 4 whips that she works on 1 week out of the month, and she gets like 500 stitches in it. I would want to do a little bit more than that, so this is what it looks like. And when I worked on this week, I got in 258 stitches. And I started this on December 5th for Snow Day Stitching. 2024, I'm using an 18 count easy count, and I'm using the call for DMC. So far, it's got 5,760, and I have completed 5,363, and I'm at 93.11%. And all I have to do is the Patronus. That's gray and white. Yay! So there's that. This is one I plan on finishing this weekend. I'm done with it. I just want it done. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. Next. No map. My goal for this one was 300, and I did complete it. I actually got 308. 308. This is Noel. This is a lot of dense stitching. Each one of those blocks is no joke, I'll tell you. They're really not a joke. But yeah. So, this is from Box and Fox. I started it on November 1st, 2024. I'm stitching it on an 18 easy count. I'm using the call for DMC. My goal for this is 4,000. And out of 16,720 stitches, I have completed 2,246. So I am at 13.43%. And it may not look like a lot, but here it is. So I finished the roof, and then I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I worked on the door. There is a door there. It's the same color as this. So are the windows. I got 2 windows completed and a door, and part of the wall. So there's that. So this was also for Christmas in July, so it's come out twice. So now, if I get Harry Potter done, this will be another fight to the finish. Because I love working on it. It's fun. Okay. This was a new start. We're All Hail the Queen weekend, which was last weekend, was Thursday, Friday. My weekends go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Monday. So it's like a 5-day weekend. So every Thursday at noon, there will be a new theme weekend. And then starting next Sunday, I'm doing Stitch Is So Beautiful Sundays Stitch Along. But no, Stitch With Me. And I'm going to try to go with the theme. So, and I do have quite a few that I want to start. But since Stitch Is So Beautiful's Facebook group wants to see you stitch on their product, their charts, their, you know. So, and that's fair. It's very fair, you know. Some of the other full coverage groups, they want you to put it here and do this and do, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. So, I don't understand it. I'm just gonna do my own little thing here. So, this is Miss Peggotty's Queen of Hearts. This was a 4 or 5 chart bundle that I got from Miss Peggotty's on Etsy. And I actually got quite a bit done. I completed 566 stitches. And didn't even get to the queen. That's okay. I also have the Mad Hatter in here, and I'm going to try to restart the Cheshire Cat, and maybe restart the Mad Hatter, because I'm not liking the 25 count. So this is the Queen of Hearts from Miss Peggotty. I started it on July 18th, 2025. I don't know why I wrote 24 on there, but it's 2025. I'm doing this on an 18 count. No. Doing it on a 20 count. I gotta redo this card. 20 count easy guide. And I'm using the call for DMC. My goal is 5,000. Out of 23,607, I have completed 566. And let's see what I've done. So this is another one that I want to do like a rotation for. Maybe do it, you know, for a week, 1 week out of the month. I don't know. Or do it as a focus for the month. Not quite sure. So, did that. There we go. There you are. Now the coffee gnome was 370 stitches, so that's why it was so quick to finish. Or to get going, I should say. Alright, next. We have Jardin Prive, Autumn. This is another new start. The Autumn Quaker. This is what it looks like. And with these you can do whatever you want. So I started this on July 20th, 2025, using an 18 count Forbidden Fiber Company Fabric of the Month pumpkin patch. That's the only Fabric of the Month club I'm in. That's the only one I will be in. I'm good with it. And I'm using Dinky Dyes 189 Evergreen. The goal is 3,000 and I have 225. So this evergreen my daughter thought would look really good on this orange fabric, and it does. And this is where I'm at. I love these. I really do. I remember seeing, the reason I got the idea to do this in the first place is because I was watching Laura Stitching by the Shore, and she was doing them with one type of floss on different fabrics. She's also doing the same thing with Somehow Stitchworks, Autumn Provides, you know, blah blah blah. She's using a different color fabric with one color, and she's using floche, a green floche, and it looks really cool. With these she did the same thing, different color fabric but one color, and I think she used like 832 or something dark blue, 939, I don't remember, but it was really, you know, it was good. She did an awesome job. The other thing I was working on was Jardin Prive's Spring Quicker. And that one, no. Now I have a card in there somewhere. Did you go? The Spring Quaker I started on May 27th, 2025. I'm stitching it on an 18 count Picture This Plus Havisham. It's kind of a cream color with purple accents. I'm using Salty 4020. And my goal is 3,000, and I have 889 completed. I only did 162 this time. So here's that. I worked over here, finished this stuff up here, and then started working on this motif again. I've done it in like 3 parts because it's kind of on the big side, and I still need to fill this in. I'm kind of looking forward to getting this rabbit done. I like the rabbit. So there's that. Oops. So I'm going to try to get these out a little bit more often. Let's see what happens. So much to stitch, so little time. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Yes, this past weekend, I decided to do an All Hail the Queen weekend, and everything I picked was the Queen of Hearts. So, this thing is turning into the bane of my existence. This is Long Dog Sampler's Queen of Hearts. You wouldn't think that it would be so difficult. But it is. I still need to frog out. I need to frog again. Alright. I started this on January 1st, 2025. That was my new year, new start. Stitching it on an 18 count vintage smoky white, and I'm using Sulky 4007. And my goal is 4,000. Out of that 4,000, I have 3,555. I didn't even count. I didn't even add in the other stitches that I should have added in. I only got 107. Yep. So I gotta figure out where I made a mistake. I finished up the peacock, and then I started on this. This does not match. So, yeah. And I did move the this down a little bit. So maybe I miscounted in the border. Maybe I miscounted on the peacock. I don't know, but I gotta figure out what I did wrong. So, that's one for another day. I love my Queen of Hearts, I really do, but this is starting to aggravate me just a little. Okay, I showed you that one. And I showed you this one. Okay. Next. On Sunday, I decided that I needed a break. So I was going through some things, and I remember this. This is Cottage Garden Samplings September Morning Glory. Isn't that beautiful? Not changing any colors. I like it the way it is. I don't have a problem with Cottage Garden Samplings. I don't think they're intensive stitching or anything like that. But I haven't finished one either, so we'll see. So I decided that I wanted to do the September, and I need to order the rest of the year because they're flowers. And where they are flowers, you know, they don't have the months on them. They're just the flower for the birth month. So I started this on July 20th, 2025. I'm using 18 count pictures plus Havisham. I'm using the called for GMC. My goal is 3,000, and I have completed 393, which brings me down to 2,607. And like I said, I find this really relaxing. So I got a few letters in. I got all the leaves done. I finished the schoolhouse. I finished the apple. I have to finish up these. So what I'm trying to do is these little acorns over here are the same color as like the F and the L's. So when I get finished with a letter, I go over and do a couple acorns, and then I'll do a couple more letters, acorns, letters, acorns, until all the acorns are done. And I love the two little squirrels that they have down here. So, very cute. Very, very cute. Oop. So yeah, there's that. Okay. Now, let's see what else we have here. What's this one? Okay. This is Daily Pattern Posts. It's Mythical Creatures Simple. And I started this because this was one I spun for. Okay. And I actually printed out a picture, so I have to try to find it on my tablet. My goodness. Makes my life a lot easier. Come on. Alright, so this is Mythical Creatures from Daily Pattern Posts. I started it on July 21st, 2025. I'm doing it on 25 count Silver Moon 1/1. I'm using Celtic 4021, which is truly teal. My goal is 5,000. Now there's 19,331, and out of that I got 245. I'm at 1.27%. And that's what I got done. And, you know, I decided to have a little bit of fun with this, and I was watching How to Train Your Dragon, the cartoon, while working on this. Just because that one's about dragons, and, you know, this has a dragon on it, and a griffin, and everything else. Okay. Why do I feel like I'm missing things? Because I am. That does not belong in here. Let's see if I can find them. I'll do that in a minute. Alright. Mythical creatures. Okay. Now, my daughter bought me this for Christmas this year. Last year. Christmas 2023. And I've been trying to figure out when I can start one. Well, I said finally that I'm going to use this, and I'm going to do them all, and the two in the back. So I started with this owl here, and these go real fast. So I made a working copy for everything. This is the Heads Up Owl, because it says Heads Up. It's from the Prairie Schooler, and I started this on July 24th, 2025. I'm stitching this on a 16 count lamb's wool. And I'm using the called for DMC. And I don't know where it's a paper pattern. I have no idea how many stitches are in each of these. But I'm just putting generic goal of 2,000. And out of that 2,000, I have 253 stitches completed, and I have 1,747 to go. Here's my little owl. So I'm going to keep this running, so to speak, and then, you know, see how many I get done between now and Halloween. Okay, now, should I put it in here maybe? Ah, yes. There it is, I think. No. Missing things. Alright. Oh, no, that's not the one. Going a little crazy today. Alright. Now, for Motif Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I worked on this, and I got 200 stitches in 4 days. So 4, 2. So I got a grand total of 824 stitches on this. Okay. So what am I talking about? This is Soda Stitch's 4 Seasons Summer. And I started this on May 30th, 2025. I'm stitching it on an 18 count Picture This Plus Confetti, and I'm using the called for DMC. My goal is 2,500 stitches. And it has a total of 6,258 stitches, and I have completed 1,612. And I am at 25.76%, so I've got a quarter of it done. And that's where I am. Now I was going to try to finish this before the end of summer, but I think I have a bunch of older things that really should come first. So I might be putting this one on the back burner for now, and getting some of my older stuff done first. Because doing that finish this morning kind of got my juices flowing. So, for finishes. I need to figure out where things are here. I am going to have to clean out this bucket for August, and see what I have going on. Oh, there it is. That's what I was looking for. Motif Monday was, no. Wednesday was Alice's Man Plant, and I need to find a couple. I'm going to pause for a minute, and okay, I'm back. Sorry, it took me a minute to find things. This was also a new start. It's called Holly Branch with Berries. I didn't get very much done. Nope. She's not gonna say hi. She's gonna be snobby. This is, I believe, from Goffin Designs. And I started this on the 22nd of July, 2025. Believe it or not, I'm using a Forbidden Fiber Company Fabric of the Month called Boughs of Holly. I got it in December. And I'm using the called for DMC. My goal is 1500, and out of 2,941, I've only completed 34. I didn't even write down the percentage. So that's what it looks like. I'm actually thinking about changing the color because it's a little bit too light. So I think I need something a little bit darker. So I'm going to think on that for a little bit. So there's that one, and then, so I found that in my Halloween squirrel bag. Now this is another one I put for a finish. This is Bendy Stitchy, Alice's Man Plant. And I started this on March 28th, 2025. It's specifically Wonderland Wednesday. I'm using an 18 count belt from Picture This Plus, and I'm using the called for floss. And so far I've completed 1,127 stitches. Oops, that's backwards. Now I need to see my back. There it is. So I did the White Rabbit, and I changed the stems down here. This over here is the Mad Hatter's hat, and then the thing that the plants are coming out of is a teacup, and then there's a little mushroom under the hat. So this one should be a finish next week, if I set my mind to it. I ended up painting some yesterday, so because I need to get my dining room under control. It's out of control right now. So there's that one. And then, last but not least, I worked on this last weekend for All Hail the Queen. Gothic Queen of Hearts from Celtic Rose Cross Stitch on Etsy. And I started this on June 19th, 2025. I'm using a 20 count easy gun. I'm using the call for DMC. It has 113,230 stitches. 113,230 stitches. And out of that, I've done 1,422. My goal is 5. And I'm only at 0.92%. Almost made it to 1. Almost. But here we are. So I worked on this side here, and I think I'm going to try to get some more of the black in the queue here, because it's part of it's kind of like a playing card. So. Okay. 200 stitches is 200 stitches. I'll tell you that right now. So every 200 stitches I put in brings me closer to not only my personal goals but a finish. So I'm looking at it. So. Okay. Alright. I did get a little bit of stash. I have a yard of 20 count easy guide Ada coming from 123 Stitch, and I have some threads coming for a couple of new things that I want to do. They're smalls, so I gotta get some finishes done. Got one. Actually 2. And I ordered these because I thought they might work for my Dracula sampler. So I just don't think there's enough. We have Live and Die in LA Blackout. It's purple-ish, shades of purple. We have Winter Forest. And we have Naughty. And I'm going to find something more chromatic to use this for. I don't know what yet, but I will find something. And then I learned about this stitchy stuff from Laura, Stitching by the Shore. And so I was able to get 50 yards. So hopefully I'm going to do something else. This is called Dark Magic, and it's black with some red accents. And this one is called Medieval, and we've got like dark reds, blues, so on and so forth. It's not coming up in very well here, but it is variegated. So I think the dark magic is what I'm going to use for Dracula. And then From Otter Creek Floss on Etsy, I found these. And it's called I Drank What? I thought about using this one on the autumn, but my daughter, no, we're good. And then she gave me some freebies, which I thought was very nice. So I got these two floss bobbins. I don't use them anymore, but then I got 3 yards of Jam Jar Jewels, 4 yards of Daydream Sky, and 4 yards of Moon Frost. So I will find something to use these in to make something rather special. And that's all I got for, I haven't really ordered any patterns or anything like that, so, except for some stuff I did get on Etsy. I need to stay off Etsy. That's for sure. I really need to stay off Etsy. That's all I know there. But I got on Zana Coswell Etsy store, and I went a little crazy. Yeah. This is Creepy Cozy Cup. And hanging out for Halloween. Look at his face. Oh my god, he's so cute. Eloise and the Shadow Bird. The other one I have is Thalia and the Shadow Bird. This one's the small. I like the Victorian kind of look of her dress. And those eyes. Those eyes just get me. And then this one I absolutely adore. It's Mrs. and Mr. and Mrs. Claus. And this is Stitch Rovia's Sweet Bee. It doesn't come out very well. I'm gonna have to print out a picture. This one is The Bee Comes. I think this is from Lower Claw or Lila Studios. And then we have the Stained Glass Honeybee. Look at that. That's from FlossTube, I believe. This one I don't remember. But this is Hogsmeade Poster. It's a Harry Potter. I was looking for a Diagon Alley because I saw one on one of the FlossTubes I was watching, but they didn't have the one I was looking for. Because it came from this place here. This is Welcome to Tatooine. I want to say, can't remember the name of the designer, but if you're Star Wars, you know what Tatooine is. And then this is Happy Thanksgiving. And I'll make sure I print out pictures for these. So, that's what I bought. No shining the halo today. So, what are my plans and goals going to be? Work on my finishes. And so we're going to do that. Now, since there's only, let's see. Okay. So there's only 4 days left in July. And on Friday is the 1st. So what I'm going to do is on the 1st I will draw new letters for the month of August for Alphabet Soup for the Stitcher's Soul game. And I still need to get 1,000 stitches in the Queen of Hearts. I don't think it's going to happen. I did do the carrot market. I got the 300 stitches in that, but I don't know. We'll see. So yeah. So, and then I'll show you my whips for August and the month of August, which I've written down here. Make sure to hollow those out and put them in my bucket. So, whatever we do now is just gravy. Yeah, look at it. So I think I'm going to have to, in between working on finishes, I'm going to have to put 200 stitches a day into my other Queen of Hearts from Celtic Rose Designs. So, let's start with a start. Before we do that, I'm going to edit the wheel a little bit. So, Holly Branch is gone. Goth Girls Wednesday is gone. Cute Halloween, gone. Halloween Quakes Cake Stand, gone. Folk, gone. Alright. See all that. Come on. Can we kind of get this maybe? Thank you. Alright. So, what did we get? Dracula. Oh, there we go. That is from Lena Ova. I have a crappy picture, but I will show it to you. Okay. My fingers are too big. Dracula. Might as well just take it right off here. Okay. So next is gnomes. Oh, stop. No. There we go. Jeez. Alright, what do we got? Oh. Oh! Chamomile gnome. Yay! I've been wanting to work on that for a little bit. So we'll see how many stitches we can get in that. Okay, next is seasonal. Autumn Heart Sampler. Okay. And samplers. Dracula. No, we already got that one. So we're gonna do it in yeah. I'll take that one off. Okay. Remove those. Then again. Quaker Christmas number 3. Okay. I'll have to see what that one is. Okay. All right. And no, I want that back. So I still need to work on winter compass. There's no way I'm going to get 1,000 stitches in it in 4 days, but we'll just do the best that we can. So there is that. Now, for the finishes for this weekend, the hopeful finishes is Alice Mad Plant, Harry Potter, Snort Stack, Autumn Provides, I'm not holding my breath on that one, and Halloween Squirrel. So that's that. So, I've been trying to think of what I can do for my next theme weekend, which will be the first, second, third, and fourth. So it'll be Friday at noon, or after I get done, recording. But if it's before noon, then Friday at noon, or Friday at noon, and then going until Monday, which is the 4th, at noon. And for some reason, there's been one animal that's been running through my head. So, I decided that we will be doing I'll do an extra on Wednesday for this. So I have decided that we are going to be doing the Festival of Foxes weekend. Because that's the one animal that's been running through my head. I don't know why. So, and considering that Sunday will be my first Stitch with Me for Stitch is So Beautiful Sundays, I'm going to be starting if I can find it. Should be right here. This is The Red Fox by Mystic Dutch Lady, I think, and it's charted by Stitch is So Beautiful. This is what I will be starting. I've wanted to start this for a while. I'm blaming this on Beth, the Steadfast Stitcher, because when the first time I saw it, I looked at it, I'm like, oh my god. And then she said something about Stitch is So Beautiful having a sale. I was like, alright. So, twist my arm, Beth. Twist my arm. I don't even know if she watches me, but yeah. So, this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be starting this. That's why I needed, I have a big piece of 25 count. I'm doing it on that. Just because it'll make it a little bit smaller. And, I'm taking it from there. So, yeah. And I'm going to try to incorporate, the theme weekends with the charts that I have from Stitch is So Beautiful. And if it comes right down to it and I can't do it, then I will think of something else, but I'm trying, not only do I like, and I actually love some of the patterns from Stitches So Beautiful, but I've been noticing more and more that a lot of floss tubers are really into the full coverage. And since I found Easy Guide, it makes it a lot easier for me, and I'm not as, I don't get as confused doing it that way, and I don't have to worry about miscounting because I know every block is 10 by 10. So that's what we'll be doing. So there are a couple people I'd like to thank. I would love to thank Andy, the Crow Stitcher, because she has been very, very helpful with shouting me out with my theme weekends. And I love her for it. Thank you so much, Andy. You're awesome. I haven't really been binging anybody. I've just been I've been watching a lot of whip parades, mid-year whip parades. And some of them are okay, others are a little more. I love whip parades, I really do. I could sit them and watch them all year long if, I had enough. But, yeah. But anyway, so I hope everybody is going to, I do know there's a few people that are joining me for my whip, my finish it weekend. My friend Claudia. Hi Claudia, how you doing, honey? Andy, the Crow Stitcher, and there's a few others. I can't remember now, but I post on several different pages after I'm done downloading this, and that's been how I've been getting a lot of new people, which I really, really appreciate, and I hope they keep coming back. So, technical issues aside, technically sound, I am not. So, I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend and get a lot of finishes done. And I will see you on Wednesday for what we are doing for, I think I'll pick my letters out, and I will show you what my stitches, the 10 stitches that I want to do for August. And I don't think I'm going to be doing 1,000 stitches. I think I'm just going to do what I'm able to do, as long as I touch them. And then we'll pick letters for the alphabet soup for the Stitcher's Soul, alphabet soup for the Stitcher's Soul game. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Keep on stitching on, everybody.